Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the Epidendrum orchid. This orchid is quite strong and can tolerate the heat and cold weather. I am in Northern California because then we don't have the frost. So if you live in the area that you don't have the frost, you can keep them outdoor. I keep them outdoor whether it is like morning sun or afternoon sun. It cannot take the whole day sun, but it can take the hot day sun. You can see that my plant is blooming, and this plant actually blooms almost all year round. It has I think three different color tones, orange and pink and red. I don't have the red, but there are a little bit of variation in, like, even in orange and red, a little bit of color variation, but the tones are three different tones, like orange, red, and pink. I have both orange and pink. I'm trying to get the red one. The way that you grow this orchid is just like any other orchid. You can use an orchid mix or the wood chips, right here. What I do is, because this orchid mix is quite fine, right? If you look at it, it's quite fine. So I think it's going to be too dense for this plant. So what I do is I mix this orchid mix and the wood chip to keep it a little bit fluffy in the pot. But you can see that this plant actually shoot out the new roots like this, so they don't really need to be in the soil that much. It just needs to keep them together and stabilize. So that's how you will grow Epidendrum, and I'm going to show you where I keep them. This is where I put all of my cold tolerant orchids that I can grow outside. So this is Epidendrum. You can see that it is getting the morning sun. Now it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be shady at about, I would say, about noon or so. So it gets only morning sun, no afternoon sun. So this is where I put all of my orchids. So this is Epidendrum, and then there are some other little orchids that I'm putting them here. And then this plant loves this spot, and then it blooms the whole year. You can see this is end of October. You can see that these are little buds, and then they're going to continue to bloom. You can see how beautiful they are. The individual plants are really tiny, but they bloom in cluster, and then they last for a very long time. You can see this one here that there are a lot of buds, and then it will continue to bloom until the last bud is done blooming. So you can see this one, right? It continues to bloom all the way up. So have fun with it. This is a really fun orchid to grow.